But some of the things are congruent, and you know that if you're wanting to do this, this is the button you push. But contacts to me was a little disjointed, and I emailed them, but they got back with me within a day.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
And just told me how to do it. But looks like Jason just posted in the group a little bit. But we'll go ahead and maybe make the official opening. And
all right.
Good evening, team. Whenever we hope to see a few more faces pop on tonight, so that Sabra and I don't feel all alone. I know Jason a few minutes after he's had his supper. But we're continuing with our Thoughtful Thursday. We did take a break last week, kind of last minute. Was that for the Surge? That's what
I think so, yeah.
That was for Carl Deichler's The Surge, which I was able to catch a good bit of that, and that was so worthwhile to listen in on. So there's Jason. Hi. We were just kind of doing the formal howdy-doos and hellos and catching people up that what we were going to talk about last week we're sort of stepping into tonight for our thoughtful content. And Sabra has kindly said she would share with us some of her insights on using Snapchat. Sabra's been doing great. I'm going to let Jason, since she is his coach, or underling, what do you call that? But I'll let Jason give further adieus for Sabra. Take it away, Coach Jason.
Oh, yeah. No, like, honestly, like, I gave you a shout out the other day in Beatnik, because literally, like, every post that you've been making, and since I've started Snapchat, like I want to do that. I want to.
I'm going to have to put it back on my phone again. I took it off because I wasn't using it. Now I'm going to.
It does use a lot of space. That's my only, like, drag about it. But
yeah. I don't know, but, like, your post always just seems so, like, creative, so I didn't know if you had, like, a source of inspiration, or I don't know, just how you utilize it to attract, like, your target market or something.
Yeah.
Ask it before you all dive into it, and just because I'm probably the less techie person here. So can you give a brief overview of what Snapchat is? Because I might not be the only one, even though I'm the oldest one, that would like more inside information.
Sure. It's a social media app. I'll see if I can pull it up real quick. Where you can share, I'd say it's more similar to Instagram than Facebook, where it's all video and image based. You can like write little blurbs on your snaps, but they're very short. So it's all either your video.
Cut out.
Uh-oh. I'll just unplug this. Hear me now? All right. The microphone. I thought that might be better to keep Lucas's screaming out of the. So I'm sorry if you hear him screaming. Anyway, so I don't know where I lost you, but it's all it's more similar to Instagram. So it's all primarily image and video based. You can have up to a 10-second video, or if you want to, like, take a picture and then write on it, you can have, I don't know what the exact character count, but it's real, like maybe a sentence or two at the most that you can write in on the snaps. So it's and you can do like a series of snaps if you want to tell a story a little bit longer than 10 seconds. Like, you can do one and then it'll roll. I'll show you. It'll roll right into the next. So hopefully, I don't know if this will show. Take my light off. Oh, shoot. So I'm not as pretty anymore, but here is the screen. So it's just like your camera screen. You can take a picture and then you would send it to your story where people can scroll through and see everything that you've posted for the day, or you can send them privately to people also. So if you, I'm not the best at explaining it because it is a confusing interface. It's not very user friendly, to be honest. So if you really want to get into it, I would suggest, and honestly what I did was just YouTube it, and you'll find like a bunch of teenagers that can teach you how to use it on YouTube. And they can probably explain it a lot better, and they'll have the screen up and everything. But basically it's just an image sharing app. Yeah. It has the of live video, I think, because you share it instantly and it's, it's only up for 24 hours. It's a little more like raw and unfiltered than if you like sat down and took a video and edited it and all that. So that's just kind of like a brief explanation of Snapchat in general. So like for my social media in general, one of the things I do is just follow people closely that I like. So if there's, and it doesn't, not even just coaches, any like public figure accounts that I like, I just follow them, and I try to follow them on all the platforms that they have just to kind of see how they use each one. There are some, like I follow Shalene Johnson on Snapchat, and I don't really like her Facebook. I unfollowed her on Facebook, unfollowed her on Instagram, but her Snapchat's one of my favorites. So it kind of gives you an idea of how you want to post and how you can post. But like if you're following those people, think about what they do that you like and what they do that you don't like. Draw some inspiration.
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I try to follow profiles too that, well, for, like I said, for one that I like I follow some like mom bloggers that have nothing to do with Beachbody, but I like their message, and like people that I feel like I could be friends with, like we could go out and we would get along, like, because those are the people who follow them are the kind of people that I want to follow me too. So it kind of gives you
them at first through Facebook. Is that how you found?
A lot. I mean, I do a lot on Instagram, but just kind of, yeah, wherever you might see them on, even Pinterest. Like a lot of the bloggers are on Pinterest, so I'll find them there. Or
okay.
Some like motivational people, or just anything that I enjoy following or seeing. I just kind of follow along with them.
That's great, though. I like how tailored it can be.
Yeah.
How tailored.
Exactly. And I do like. Oh, what were you gonna say, Jason?
Like that's just still something that I need to get in the mindset of, is following people outside of our realm and more looking at people that are like what you said, like more within who's my audience, and following the people that are within my audience, because like you said, they're going to attract, which that was my light bulb went off. I was like, oh, that's a good idea.
I do follow some of the top coaches, but I don't follow all of them. Like, honestly, there's some coaches that, I mean, they're great people, but I don't feel like motivated by them, or I don't feel like we would necessarily be friends. And so I'm not going to try to like emulate them. I don't care if they're number one coach. It's not going to help me any to follow them. And it's not going to help the people who reach out to me if they're expecting somebody like that. Right. So, I would suggest like finding like one of like the top 10 or 15 coaches to follow, just because they obviously have, and surely there's somebody in that group that you kind of would mesh with. So yeah. I think it's good to follow some Beachbody, but if you're looking at finding new customers and new clients, like reaching outside of the Beachbody realm is helpful, I think.
Okay. Yeah.
You've gotten some customers through Instagram, some challengers?
That's pretty much the only way I've gotten customers. I didn't like, when I first started, I did not, and I don't know if like Jason even really believed me, because he would be like, well, talk to your friends and family. And I'm like, I don't really have any friends and family. Like, I mean, it sounds sad, and I've done it to myself, which is one of the reasons why like Beachbody has been great for me, because like I didn't even realize how isolated I had made myself, just because I had no confidence. So I didn't like, I'd kind of unintentionally cut ties with a lot of friends that I'd had, and I don't really have a lot of close family members. So it took me a little while, but I thought like Instagram just kind of helped me create a warm market, because I really don't feel like, outside of maybe like 5 people, I don't feel like I really had a warm market.
Yeah.
So, but as far as Snapchat goes, I think, and actually if you're interested in Snapchat, definitely follow Shalene on Snapchat, because she posts all kinds of like tips and suggestions and things about how to use it. But one of the things she said is that Snapchat is like a backstage pass into your life. It doesn't need to be like, people want to see like the unfiltered view of I mean, they have the cool filters, but they want to see like your real personality. They don't want to see like the real polished images or long, thought out posts about just how your day goes, almost like, I think Jason said to, hi, Lauren. I think Jason said something about like treat it like, I don't know if it was directly about Snapchat, but about treating it like a documentary almost, like kind of like just whatever goes on in your life, just snap it. And another good thing is that it's a good and bad, but on Snapchat you won't have as many followers. People, you know, it's hard. You can't. The only way you can find new followers is by either directly getting their like their username, or if they're in your phone contact list. There's no way to like search for people on Snapchat. So your following is going to be a lot smaller. Like I told him, I think I might have like 30 people who consistently look at my snaps consistently, but those are people who've sought you out. Like you said on your other platforms, follow me on Snapchat, and they're people who wanted to see what you had to say. So they're, you know, they've sought you out. So even though there's not that many, I think they're really engaged. Like they're your lifers, like Shalene would say. So they're people that really care what you have to say.
Yeah, I like that. And I think that it's almost the antithesis of Facebook. At least it would be for me.
Yeah.
Because I really tend to put out posts.
Yes.
And you know, I can flog that horse till the day is done, as long as the day is. But I like the idea of figuring out how to condense it and make it compelling in brevity. So I kind of like this thing.
And I think since you don't have as many followers, like it takes some of the pressure off me. Like I know that not that many, like worst case, 30 people are no longer going to be interested in me. So it's like, it takes a lot of the pressure, and it makes me feel a lot more comfortable to like open up and really try to be myself a little more, show things that like I would not probably post on Facebook or, you know, it's just a little more, you know, it's a little more intimate, but it's also not as much pressure.
Yeah.
And you can delete it if you post something and you're like, oh, that was bad. You can delete it just like anywhere else. And the snaps are only up for 24 hours. Once, you know, past 24 hours, they're gone. So, you know, you can't do anything too bad. Okay. Right.
History.
Have you started using the Instagram stories, kind of like the?
Oh, here's my thought on that. I think because the people who follow you on Instagram are not necessarily like, you know, I have tons of followers who don't really interact with me that much on Instagram. It's just people will follow a lot of people on Instagram. They might, you know, a regular account might follow like 1,000, 2,000 people. So if you're posting to Instagram stories like you post to Snapchat, people are going to unfollow you because they're not necessarily your lifers. Like you haven't gotten them in yet. And if you're constantly, you know, putting these stories on there and kind of flooding their feed with this stuff that they might not think is interesting or useful, then they're going to unfollow you, I think. So I do post, like if I post, like the other day I posted like a recipe on Snapchat for like yogurt, like a little yogurt snack. And I put that on Instagram stories, but it's like a quick, like one story a day. Like it was a series of, it's confusing. It was a series of stories, but it was like a one little snippet. I wouldn't want to post like throughout the day like I do on Snapchat.
Yeah.
Yes.
Awesome. Yeah, like I've noticed like the thing I have to get my mindset in is I've been such a Facebook person for so long, and I've been expanding personally into YouTube a little bit more. Like whenever I make the videos, I'll translate them there. And actually I was just telling Mom the other day that we made a video not too long ago about country heat, and it has almost 8,000 views on YouTube.
Does that make you like freak out a little bit?
My heart kind of like yeah.
When I post my country heat videos, I don't think I hashtag anything because I'm like, I don't really want people to see this. Like if you're really curious, that's fine, but I don't really just want a lot of people watching this.
Yeah. I'll say I did it, but I don't want to see it. Yeah.
Hey. So another good thing too about Snapchat is since you only have, you know, a small amount of people following you, I have no problems with like repurposing the things I post on Snapchat to another. So you can, like, if you have a really good story on Snapchat, just download your snaps and share it onto your Facebook or Instagram or wherever. Like, I mean, I don't feel bad about that at all because like I said, maybe 30 people might see it twice. So
Yeah.
it's not that's actually how Ruth, who's now a coach, she replied to one of it was actually the snap I did about the frosting when we were on the last call and Lucas ate all the frosting off my cupcakes. And she was like, oh, you've done the 21-day fix. So, I mean, I don't have any problem like doing that at all. I don't feel like, unless your Snapchat all of a sudden grew and was huge, then I don't think it would be, I don't think it's bad at all. Plus, it's a quick, like when we were at Summit, I did everything on Snapchat because it's so fast. Summit was so fast paced. Mm-hmm. So it allowed me to like take pictures and videos and stuff. And then later on, I could go back and decide what was worth sharing. So,
yeah, I like that.
Like that's actually a really cool idea. Like to instead of just opening up the camera, like you guys Snapchat as almost like your main camera.
Mm-hmm. I do a lot. Yeah, a lot of times for sure.
I think my favorite story that I've seen of yours recently was the one where you got home from shopping and sat in the car for 20 minutes and nobody noticed.
Yeah. I know, it was amazing. Like, I think I was replying to a message or something and everybody got out and went into the house and I was just like, nobody's here and nobody's like coming out and asking me anything. I'm just going to sit here. It's also I'm sorry, I keep thinking of new things I want to say, but I think Snapchat's also really good for showing people how you integrate Beachbody into your life, because you're not just posting about Beachbody, like you're posting about, making breakfast, getting your kids to school. I mean, whatever your morning routine is. And now my son's taking a nap and I need to get my workout in. And then later on, I'm going to meal prep. And so it kind of shows people that like anybody can do this. Like, it's not like I just have some perfect life and you don't have any stress. Like if I can get a 30-minute workout in and cook healthy food, then you can too.
Yeah.
I like this idea. I'll have to.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'll get online with the teenage girls on YouTube.
Yeah, definitely search YouTube and like if you see any of there's all kinds of like crazy ways to edit your snaps. So like we could do like a 3-hour thing on that. But if you ever see any snaps that I've done and you want to know how to edit them, I'll just let me know and I'll tell you. But
good.
But really the easiest thing to do is just YouTube, because there's tons of like every time I watch a YouTube video, I find something new that I didn't know I could do. So.
The only things I've ever seen shared like on Facebook that were, were those silly pictures with the overlay of the animal noses or the ears. And I'm thinking,
right.
Snapchat, that's kind of my takeaway it was
funny
face overlay app. So I was
right.
Like, how do they use that to get it? Autumn's hair over my, I didn't know. I just,
It is good. Like I will say too about Snapchat, because a lot of people check it. The people who are really into it check it a lot throughout the day. So once they've watched your story, you're kind of out of sight, out of mind, unless you're posting throughout the day. Yeah. So you kind of want to put little snippets in throughout the day. If you're going to make that a focus or,
right.
Try to build that. But just also because when they're looking at your story, they're not seeing like their whole news feed. It's not as like they have their eyes on your story only. There's no distraction. You have their undivided attention. So that's kind of it's a good opportunity to kind of like make sure people are hearing what you have to say.
Yeah. Now, like is there a way to contact somebody on Snapchat or?
Yeah. Oh, I'm glad you said that. That's really the number one reason why I like Snapchat. The only way to reply to a story or contact somebody is by private message. So like if you, if like when I talk about my challenge groups on Snapchat, if you are on a snap and you swipe up, you can send a chat to somebody and reply to that particular snap. So I'll say like, swipe up to chat with me to get more info or whatever, or I'll usually put my email on there, which I'll tell you about that in a minute. But, anytime you have somebody privately messaging you, that opens up more of an intimate like conversation, and you can kind of get more of that back and forth versus just a comment on your picture. So, and that same thing with Instagram stories, when they reply to your story, it's also a private message. So that's kind of nice.
Yeah.
It just makes it makes it easier to kind of keep the conversation going and just to make it a little more personal, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also, like when I do announce the well, anytime, like last night I posted a recipe that I had previously put on my Facebook page, and I said it was a 21-day fix recipe, and I said if you like this recipe, snap the next couple posts, and I posted screenshots of the recipe, and then you get a notification if somebody screenshots your post. So you know, like even if they don't reach out to you, you know that like, okay, they were interested in that recipe, or they might have screenshot information about your challenge group or whatever. So you know, kind of in the back of your mind who to, you know, you could later on, if they don't ever message you, say, hey, I saw that, you know, you had screenshot my picture about the challenge group. Did you want to talk about it? Or, you know,
Yeah.
it's kind of like, just gives you like an in as to who.
Yeah, it's a little door opener.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because see, and that's what I'm always searching for, especially as a male coach. Like,
Yeah.
like it's hard to just cold message people directly without some sort of in that way. So
Mhm.
yeah, especially knowing that even if it's just them taking a screenshot, that's an in right there.
Yes. Well, and even like people will message you on Snapchat that you would never think, like, and even me, like there's some like famous people that I follow, and I'll reply to theirs. I'm like, what am I doing? But it just feels so intimate when you're watching somebody's snaps. Like you feel like you're really kind of stepping into their world for a minute. So I think, you know, it doesn't feel weird to like, it feels like they're your friends. It doesn't feel weird to send them a message or, you know, I think it just kind of opens that relationship up a little more.
Yeah. I definitely need to add this to my list of things to do. To me, it's just getting in the habit of actually doing it. That's where that's my falter. Is like I'll be good for one day, and then the next day not so much.
Just think about like what you said. Just from now on, like take pictures through your Snapchat, and then if you post them to Snapchat, whatever. If not, you know.
Yeah.
Either way, you've got your picture. So that's kind of what I probably do that. 99% of my pictures are through Snapchat now.
Yeah.
So that's all.
Remember my Snapchat login. Now take a picture now, ha ha.
And it doesn't hurt to just play. Like you can keep it private until you're comfortable with it. But since it's only a 24-hour, your pictures are only up 24 hours. Like I said, you really can't do too much damage, I don't think, unless you just really go on a rant or something, like lose your cool. So you can just play around with it and see what you can do.
Yeah. I like it. Are you taking a picture?
I
do. Oh my gosh. Well, awesome. And how's your Josh Coates training going?
I like it. I really like it. I kind of honestly wish I would have done their recruiting one now, that because like at the time I messaged him, I just like I wasn't enrolled yet and just really needed that push. But I think now, like since I signed up, I think that the art of recruiting might be a little better for me. It's definitely going really well. I like all of his videos and stuff are helpful regardless, I think. So yeah.
See, that's how I feel. Like we're in week 1 of the art of recruiting, and so far it's just been like we've had one video and then just daily check-ins and everything.
Yeah, he's given us like daily. He did have us like do our mission statement, which was fun, and like today I'm supposed to post a before and after, which I still haven't done, so I'll probably do that like in a little bit, but. It's good to have like the accountability, I think. So
yeah, that's what I've liked about it is, and actually that's one thing I've been talking with Mom about is like the difference between a success partner versus an accountability partner. Like Mom consider like she's my success partner in that we run everything together and we do things together. But definitely between groups like that, and then there's another coach in Beatnik that we talk maybe once a week or every other week, and we both tell each other what our goals are and almost make it like a fun competition to hold each other accountable.
Yeah.
So that's fun. Maybe I need a Snapchat accountability partner. How many snaps have you done today?
Oh, yeah. The good thing too, like with Snapchat, if I can't think of anything else to add, like I'll just I'll use like the goofy filters and just take pictures of your kid. Like, it doesn't necessarily have to have value. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, it does have value because it's showing your personality and it's like showing your life, you know. But it doesn't have to be like some big thought out. Right. It's just fun. Like, just think of it as like showing your fun side. And like, you can go on just like any other platform. Like, if you want to complain about something, that's fine. Try to keep the overall like vibe positive, though, I would say.
Yeah.
But
okay, I'm gonna have to get on there. I was trying to figure out how to add Shalene Johnson, and it's like
it's her. She is very adamant to tell people. I guess her name was like taken over by a bunch of porn stars.
Oh yeah.
So if you go to Shalene Johnson on Snapchat, it's going to be like a porn account. But so she's like, I think her Snap name is Shalene Official.
Shalene.
Yeah.
But she like, yeah, I was like, that's terrible.
That would be awful.
I know, especially if you're like that, your name's that big. Like,
yeah. Okay.
I'll have to figure out. Yeah, I have to get on here and figure out how to search for her.
yes.
Yeah.
Go to YouTube.
I know, that's what I'm gonna do. All righty.
Well,
Any other questions?
Do you have any? Hi, Lauren. We'll introduce each other.
I know. I don't think me and Lauren haven't talked face to face yet. So
I
know. How are you?
I'm good.
Congratulations on your group. That's
I know. Thank you. I was like, I have to post this. I'm so excited. I have to tell somebody.
Yes, that is awesome. Like Jason said, I don't think I had I know in my first paid challenge group, I didn't have very many people at all. And I can't remember my first free group, but it wasn't that many. So
I know.
not like
every now I'm thinking, oh my gosh, do I keep inviting people? I don't know how big I want this group to be.
exciting, especially to a free group. As many as you can get.
And then you just have fun with it. So.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. Exactly.
Well, let's see. Was there anything else you wanted to add, Mom?
Not tonight. Not tonight. It's already been 30 minutes. So
Okay.
I think for tonight, I'm good. I'm going to get off
Yeah.
and check on your daddy and his day, and that's about it.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah. And this was amazing. Like like I've never thought Snapchat. No, for real though. Like and that's one of the things like what Shalene talked about in the Marketing Impact Academy thing was we're all experts in what we think aren't very special or the mundane, and because this to me was like for real like mind opening and like I had no idea about all this stuff with Snapchat.
Well, I promise once you get started, like you'll be hooked. I remember like probably 6 months ago, I was watching my like 17-year-old sister on Snapchat. I'm like, that is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Like, how could you do that? And now I love it. So you'll be hooked.
I can't wait.
Yeah, very, very helpful. I'm excited to look into it.
And like I said, feel free, like as you get to play, like as you play around with it, if you need help on like a specific component, you know, I don't mind ever to help you out. But it's just, it would, like I said, it would take all day, I think, for us to go over all the ins and outs of like just use it. And it is not very user friendly. I think it's almost made to like keep older people out. So definitely do some YouTubing and feel free to post questions to like the group or me or whatever. And
yeah. Alrighty. Well, and next week is our official monthly team call. And I think Olivia Grist might be joining us too.
Oh, cool.
To come and chat. So we'll look forward to that. I'm trying to touch base with her because she's on vacation in Fiji right now.
Wow.
that's nice.
Yeah. But yeah, that'll be next Wednesday at 9 p.m.
Okay.
And then we'll just keep these Thursday calls going.
Yep.
Okay.
Sounds great. Good to see everybody. Thanks.
Yep.
Sabra.
Y'all have a good night.
You too.
Good night.